evening and welcome to Gillespie Senior Center. Most of you know me. For those of you who don't, I don't know who that is, but I'm Chris Hewley, and I've been here at the Senior Center. He has something really important to talk about. Something very important.
She said, "Would somebody tell my husband to shut up?"
I ain't gonna tell nobody to shut up.
I definitely know it.
Ed, you're stealing my show, man.
He can't hear you.
You can't hear. I'll let him be.
You don't have the right tone of voice.
I gotta drop it down. We're waiting on you, buddy. All right. That's okay. It's not that important anyway. Charlotte reminded me last time I was here, which has been about a year ago, that I told you all a story about my son. Well, guess what? You get another one tonight. I don't know if I don't think any of you have probably seen him in a while. And he's taller than me. He's about 5'4", 5'5" now, and he's stocky. He's a stocky kid. He's not fat, but he's stocky. So the other day he came home and he says, "Mom, I think I want to run cross country." I said, "Jay, you know they run, right?" "Yes, Mom, I know they run." I said, "You know they run a long way, right?" He's not a runner. He's not built like a runner. "Yeah, Mom, I know." "Okay, who am I to discourage?" So I said, "Sure, let's do cross country." The first night I take him to practice, which was last week, I think last Tuesday night, I took him over there and I looked at the team, and there's 4 boys and about 7 girls. And 4 boys, one of them, Jay came back, he got in the car and he was all excited because he had a race with the boys and he came in second. I said, "Out of 4? Okay." And one of them's like 4 foot. And then he said, "We had a race with the girls too, and I came in second there too, behind a girl." I said, "Really?" I said, "Okay." And then I looked at him again. I said, "I'm going to ask you a question. Now you got to tell me an honest answer." He goes, "What?" And I said, "Did you join this team because of a girl?" "No." "Yes, maybe." And come to find out, the little girl that he was chasing right behind was the one he's interested in. Cute little thing, but he was like 1 second behind her, which means he was right on her backside. So he knows. He's smart chasing he's already chasing girls. At 14, he's chasing the girls. Literally chasing the girls. And I had met this young lady a week or so before. She had invited Jay over to her house to go swimming. So when I went and picked up Jay, she came out and said hello to me, but she was soaking wet and her hair was wet and she was wearing a bathing suit. So I didn't even recognize her when I was at practice. So I didn't speak to her. I didn't even acknowledge her because I didn't think I knew her. And so now I think she thinks, "Jay's mom hates me." So I figured that's a good start for a future daughter-in-law, right? Put the fear in her. Anyway, so back to the Gillespie Senior Center. I know most of you have heard everything there is to know about the Gillespie Senior Center, and if you don't know it, ask Benny. He knows everything I don't know.
No.
I've been here 14 years now, and I tell people, it's in the morning, you know, when that alarm first goes off, you're like, I think I could call into sick today. And then once I get here, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I came to work today, because I see the same people day after day, but it's always different. There's always something else going on that I get involved in. For those of you who don't know, we do all kinds of different little programs here, and I'll just run through them real quick because I know you all know. We play bingo 3 times a week. We do exercise class 3 times a week. We play line dancing play. We do line dancing twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's always people playing cards. We got several bridge groups that meet, and a quilt group that meets on Monday afternoons, and a painting class. That's kind of been the new thing. Last year, don't think we talked about it. We've had 2 painting classes go through. One is was a beginner class that turned into like an ongoing class, and then we started another beginner class, and now we're doing another class, a 3rd class that's just the 3rd Tuesday. Anybody can come in and do a project. I don't know if y'all saw when you came in, there was a star that would look like 4th of July. That was the project to do for June, because it looks like 4th of July. So that's kind of been the new trend, this painting class. So if anybody's interested in painting, come on in.
What kind of card do you play?
A lot of bridge. We used to have a pinochle group. Oh, the pinochle group still meets on Tuesday nights. And then we used to have a lot of rook. And for some reason, my rook players all got mad at each other and left. But we used to play, but bridge, we have 3 different bridge groups that meet. So, right? Is that right? Tuesday morning, and Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, that sounds right. Helene's involved in most of them, so she keeps the bridge players honest. And so really, as you all know, the kind of my focus has been trips lately. And so we do a monthly trip every month. And last month we went to, where did we go? Oh, we were supposed to go to the Ave Maria Grotto, but our bus broke down in Clanton, and so they didn't get to go. And so I'm going to reschedule that one for this September when it cools off a little bit. But this month we're supposed to go up to Jasmine Hill and that garden, because that's kind of a fun place to poke around. They have really good docents there that lead a really nice tour. And then I can't remember what the other trip was for this month. Oh, the parsonage, is that right? In Montgomery for Martin Luther King. Does that sound right? The Martin Luther King parsonage. Help me out. Yeah, does that sound right? Yeah. Yes. I actually, one of the docents that works there is going on a trip with me, and so she told me all about it. I'm like, that sounds interesting. Let's go. But as you probably have heard through the grapevine, we're doing a cruise in September. The 8th through the 16th of September, I've got, right now, today I did a final count, 109 people going on an Alaskan cruise with me. What? Are they crazy or what?
Betty going?
Oh yeah, Betty's going. Betty's got to go. Somebody's got to hold my hand. Do what? Oh, we had. Yeah, take that one. So we're gonna bus from here to Atlanta, and from Atlanta to Seattle. We're gonna fly to Seattle, and then spend a day sightseeing there in Seattle. Do the Needle and there's a Chihuly Glass Museum. Has anybody heard of that? Supposedly it's magnificent.
The what?
Chihuly Glass Museum. Anyway, it's if I know you've all been to the. See, it does get worse as you get older. Who told me that? Yes, it does get worse. What is the name of that big hotel in Las Vegas? The Venetian. If you've been in the Venetian, the chandeliers that they have just as you come in the Venetian, those are all Chihuly. And so they're just kind of really, really neat things. Anyway, and then that's Saturday. Sunday morning, get up and then go do the fish market in Seattle, and then get on a cruise ship and do that stuff.
To Alaska?
Yes, sir. Once, my new mantra is Bob, butts on boat. As soon as I get butts on boat, I'm going to be happy, because that's my new mantra. North to Alaska. Other than that, what else can I tell you that you don't already know about the Gillespie Center or trips I do, or?
Well, they may not know, some of them may not know about Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels. We serve out meals in-house here, and then we do Meals on Wheels also every day, Monday through Friday. And we send out 40 meals a day to homebound folks that live here in Prattville. We just service Prattville. There's other centers that do out in the county, but we send out 40 meals a day to homebound folks. And the food comes to us from Valley Food Service, so it comes to us in those big steamer pans, and we just dish it up individually and package it and send it out. So we don't cook anything here, but that was kind of my pride for a while there that I was, but now I've moved on to Alaska. So
How many routes have you got?
4 routes. I still have 4 routes that go out each day. The rural transportation route, or buses, you'll see the little blue and white buses that run around. They deliver 1 route for me. A second route is done by the bigger churches here in town, like First Baptist does 2 months, and First Methodist does a month, and all the bigger churches all have a month except for January, which is delivered by Homeschool Association, which is kind of fun because the folks always enjoy seeing the kids. You know, a lot of times we might be the only people they see all day, so when you bring a kid into the picture, it's always kind of fun.
What's
And
the
then
history of the Gillespie
Oh, I don't know. I've only been here it was built in 1985 by Gray Price, the Gray Price administration. I believe it is named after a former, I think there was another Gillespie mayor at one time, right? And from what I understand, the current Mayor Gillespie says it's an uncle of his. Does that sound right? It's always been a senior center. It was built as a senior center. Before the CIS was here, over in this dirt parking lot, they tell me, I wasn't here, that they had a little house called the Harvest House that senior adults gathered in. And then that got kind of dilapidated, and that's when they decided to build this place.
Was it given to the city?
No, it was built by the city.
Okay.
And occasionally, I'll still get calls every now and again, is this the Harvest House? And you can tell it's somebody who's been here a long time. So that's the history that I know, but it's always been a senior center. People come in and think maybe it was a house at one time. I was like, this is one heck of a living room right here if this was a house. Yeah, but no, it was built as a senior center. You can thank Gray Price for it. Whenever I see him, he always says he's going to start over at the bridge taking tolls, because that's his bridge. When he needs a little money. The other two routes, Center Point Church. The Center Point does a route all year round for me. Their congregation does that. And then my fourth route is just folks that I've known that do volunteer work. And Jean Hare's done it for a while, or did it for a while. And then, but it's just people that I can call on that I know that are able to help me. And so those are I see the same people, those same 5 people, same person on Monday, same person on Tuesday, all the time. So they get kind of attached to the homebound folks. And so that's how the Meals on Wheels work. Yeah? What else you want to know? Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Encore.
I know. Sing solo. Solo, we can't hear you. That's really, I just hate to tell you stuff you already know about the Gillespie Center, so unless there's something that we haven't talked about in a while. You're always welcome. Come on in and have lunches at 11:15 every day. If you're not real picky about what you eat for lunch, like Benny.
9.
9.
You do taxes too.
A sore
Tax
subject.
season, yeah.
Tax season, February through April 15th, AARP, your people come in here, volunteer to come in here and do taxes for free for anybody who can make it through the door. The past 2 years, I don't know if you've had any dealings with them, they've gone by appointments. It used to be that you came in, you signed in, you sat down, you waited. There would be people who sat out there all day. And I felt terrible because they weren't normal people here, so I couldn't invite them to lunch. And they'd be smelling the lunch food and they're like, wow, that looks really good. But now they do it by appointments. If anybody asks you, they do it by appointments. You have to come in to make an appointment because they don't have a dedicated phone line. So you have to come in and make the appointment, but it's so much smoother now. Al Goggins has been doing it forever. Wellman Lim has been doing it forever. And Bobby, I don't know Bobby's last name, but Bobby's been doing it for a long time. And they're really good at what they do. They are trained just like any other tax professional. They have to go the same. They do a weeks-long training with the IRS to learn whatever new program that is. Yes, ma'am.
And another thing that they do after they do it, they have somebody check the work.
Yeah, they check each other.
They
So
check each
yeah.
other.
So Wellman will hand it over to Bobby, and she'll check it before you ever even leave out. So if you need your taxes done, come see me in February. We do it every year. It used to be my worst time of year because there'd be so many people in here, and their eyes would be looking at me like I could do something, and they would just get really frustrated because they had to sit and wait so long. But it's not that way anymore. They burn holes through me.
What are the hours?
Usually from about 9 to 3, but I have been known to stay here till 4:30 because they were working on somebody's taxes.
Is there any major day you celebrate, like Veterans Day or Mother's Day?
Here at the Gillespie Center, I think the best we do is at Christmas time. We have a big Christmas party, and everybody brings a little potluck like this, and when Santa Claus comes through, somebody hands out gifts, and we do do a little extra at Christmas time, but not really. That's a bit. I'm not a party person, and you know, you know Ann. Ann's your party person. She loves to plan a party,
And she
so
does the decorations.
and she does most of the decorations. Yeah, I help.
Yeah, but I meant y'all do decorations for some of the holidays.
Yeah, and she's the one who comes up with decorating ideas, and I help. But she's the one who plans the parties. I'm not. I could let a holiday go right on by and not even miss it. So. And by the way, I'm two people tonight. I'm Ann tonight, and I'm Harold because I have to stay and lock up the building. He told me I had to lock up the building. Darn that Harold! I knew I should have ran him over this morning when I saw him on the side of the road.
Picked up on Wednesday night.
Oh, fishing. 3 weeks ago, we had our senior fish day here in the pond. And what we do, it was on a Wednesday, and the Tuesday night before, Auburn University has a fish hatchery program, and they brought us 2,200 pounds of catfish that we dumped in this little pond on Tuesday night. 7 o'clock Wednesday morning, 7:10, they were fished all back out. But no, we have folks sit around the pond, and it's just it costs, I think it was $2, and you get a hot dog, and you get to fish for all day, all the catfish you can stand. And then we try to close the pond down, and then the city used to do a kids' day that following Saturday, but we stopped doing that. I'm not sure why, and it was taken over by possibly Center Point Church, but I'm not sure. And then they put 500 pounds more of catfish back in the pond, and the kids got to fish on the following Saturday.
Master Gardeners helps with that, but I don't know if they're the only ones out there.
Who what?
Master Gardeners help with the
Yeah?
kids fishing.
Do you know Ophi? Is
Yeah,
Ophi
she's
with
president.
Master
Yeah,
Gardeners?
she's
Okay,
president.
so it was Master Gardeners then, because she was the one who was heading it up. Ophi. Ophi, yeah.
OOFIE.
Uh-huh.
I'm just goofing, that's the thing.
You're goofing on
Andy
Ophi?
Griffith.
Mhm.
Did you say your name was Opie or Dopey?
And it's Ophi, OFIE. She's from California, but they're a very interesting couple. They met on the internet, and
Wow.
they just seem so compatible. And they moved into Prattville about a year ago, I think.
It's been a little
They're
longer.
into everything. They're on the creek. They're in the creek committee. They're in Civitans. They're in Master Gardeners.
They
they're
did
in
Meals
the
on Wheels
Lions
for a while.
Club.
Mhm.
That they're the most. They could put some of us to shame for what all they do in the community. And they're new. They hadn't been here for about 2 or 3 years.
We need to do more.
Yes, you do. Get on that.
I will. I try.
Yes, ma'am.
Another thing, don't you sponsor a games competition?
Masters Games is coming up this week, Wednesday. Well, this week of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're supposed to have Masters Games competition. This week, this Wednesday is what we do all the outdoor stuff, like the horseshoe pits will be cleaned up. We'll have a horseshoe over here. We do a softball throw over at the Doster. We do frisbee throw at the gym over here. They do basketball and shuffleboard, and so Wednesdays, all those different competitions. Montgomery, Elmore, and Autauga County seniors all come together, and I think we're expecting about 150 this Wednesday. Thursday, I'm sorry?
Do that once a year.
Once a year. And we've hosted it every year. And then on Thursday, we're supposed to have a checkers tournament, and, no, dominoes, I'm sorry. Single dominoes in the morning, double dominoes in the afternoon, and then Friday, we're supposed to have a rook tournament, but the rook got canceled because I don't know where all the rook players have gone. So Friday got canceled. But Wednesday and Thursday, if you want to participate, you can still get in. It's not too late.
Something in Andalusia. What's that?
Andalusia. Oh, that's the.
Domino.
No, I don't have. That's where the World Championship of Dominoes
But isn't
is.
that food?
Something different, totally different. You got to be good to get down there.
The heavy hitters go there
That's
and run.
serious. That's some serious bones going on down there.
That's Ops. Ops the rattlesnake rodeo.
But if you do place in Masters Games, you'd go to state Masters Games, which are in Valley. So if you come in first or second, you're invited to state to participate in the state games. Mm-hmm. 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 Who invited